Hi everybody, welcome back. My name's Claire. I've got some leftover paints to use, some quite thick consistency paints which I've mixed with PVA glue and water. And I also need to make some clocks, which I've got a really big fair coming up at the end of November, a Christmas fair. So I've got 3 wood rounds that I'd like to make into clocks. So I've had an idea. I'm going to use the paint leftovers on the 3 clocks, so the same colours, but I'm going to do 3 totally different techniques. So I'm going to do a ring pour, I'm going to do a straight pour, and I'm going to do a flip cup, all with the same colours, the same paint. So I just think it'd be so interesting to see how different they are. So let me show you the colours I've got. So these are all leftover paints except this one. So I've got gold, I think it's Montmartre gold, and then this colour, this beautiful, it's split slightly there. I need to mix it more. This colour is a scraped paint. So it was, I don't even know what painting it was. I did a pour. And this is what dripped off the paint off the canvas onto my worktop. It is beautiful. So it's sparkly, absolutely beautiful. And the same with this. It's such a bright, beautiful, sort of sparkly blue. Absolutely beautiful. I've got some white. I've got this one, which I'm pretty sure is Amsterdam Venetian Rose. And then I've just mixed this, and I think it's absolutely stunning. I've just mixed it from some pinks and some purples. And because I just felt that these colours on their own were a bit bland. I needed some real depth of colour. So they're all mixed with PVA glue and water, and I'll put the recipe for all the mixtures in the description of this video. So I'm using these MDF wood rounds. I've applied some gesso to the front top surface so that the paint doesn't get absorbed in too much. So it just primes it, it protects it. So these are quite small. So I'm going to use some little plastic cups, but I'm not going to fill it all the way. I'm going to go maybe 2/3 of the way up. So I'm going to be doing 3. But my paints at the moment, I'm going to use as they are. I'm not putting any silicone in. Do you know, that's a good question. Is there any silicone in these? I'm not sure. I don't think there is, but that's a chance I'm going to have to take. There could have been silicone from previous pours. This is the order I'd like to pour in, but I think I might go this way round. So I'm going to layer up 2 cups, one which will be a straight pour, one which will be a ring pour. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of each colour in. And I'm going to obviously save some for my flip cup. I'll pour down the side of the cup so that the colours stay on top of each other. The colours are nice and thick, so they should stay on top of each other nicely. Right, so about 2/3 full. This one's slightly fuller, but that's okay. So that's 2 ready. So now I'm going to mix up layer up a 3rd cup, but I'm going to add a little bit of silicone to the paint and then layer it up in exactly the same way. So these 2 are the cups for the ring pour and the straight pour that I layered, and then this last one has got the silicone in, the flip cup. So let's start here. So ring pour or straight pour? Let's just start with a straight pour. So I'm just going to pour straight in the middle, and I'm going to twist my hand round and up and down. Just look at that, it is so pretty. how you've got the beautiful purple coming through here. Oh, I'm really, really happy about that. Looks really pretty. I think what I might do, just for contrast and experiment, I might just leave that for a minute and then do the ring pour now, so we can compare them before I've actually tilted them out. Although I'm slightly concerned that's not level. Okay, I'm going to do a ring pour. Wow, I love this one too. Again, let me show you. Really nice, neat centre there. Really happy with that. This one's getting a bit close to the edge. So let's do the flip cup. Let's flip this over and let that drain down. And move these over, and then I think I'm going to start working on this. This is really pretty, but I think I'm going to lose it unless I just put a tiny bit of flow extender down. Just putting a little tiny bit of this blue. Oh no, that's the blue with the silicone. Oh, I shouldn't use that. Right, where's the blue without the silicone? It's in the pot. Just in case that silicone comes through. Right, and then let's get this flip cup out. Right, just let that sit and just drift out by itself. Right, let's get some gloves on. Right, so let's just tilt this out. So I'm just going to go round in a circle just to tilt off that flow extender. Right, there's something in my paint. Right, let's do the same now with the ring pour. Now there's quite a lot of paint on these, but I don't know what I want to lose. Maybe this peachy section. Now the other thing I'm thinking through is this is going to be a clock. So the very, very centre of this painting will be obscured by the centre of the hands. So actually, if I keep it in the centre, the centre of the paw, it won't show. So do I want it to be slightly off centre? To be honest, I think with this one, I probably want it to be in the centre because it is such a symmetrical, such a round design. But then actually finding the centre of this is going to be quite tricky. I think I'm going to go with roughly where I think the centre is, which I think is probably about there. I'm just wiping all the drips off the bottom with my fingers, because if you don't, those drips will pull the paint on the surface of this wood round, so it will keep pulling the paint off and it will keep distorting it. So I'm not touching the edges, I'm just wiping underneath to make sure there's no paint dripping underneath. Wow, they are so different. There's not much gold in this one. The white is only there as cells. The white hasn't done much at all. It's quite a reactive white, the white I've used, which I think is Montmartre white. So I've got some little cells popping up. So I could open this up more if I wanted to. There's lots of beautiful lines in there. Don't know whether to do that or not. No, do you know what? I'm going to leave it because I like it as it is. If I start doing things, I'm risking ending up not liking it, aren't I? No, I'm going to leave it. Right, let's now swap and do the flip cup. Now, I don't need to put a flow extender down for the flip cup because there's no design at the moment. So all I'm going to do, and I've just got to make sure I don't drip on these. All I'm going to do is just tilt off that bit I don't like there, and that bit. Right, some really simple tilting there, and then I can torch. Oh, actually, one thing to bear in mind is I haven't quite got all my edges covered. I have round there, but not round here. So I'm actually going to tilt a little bit more purely to get these edges covered so that they look nice. I am going to tilt this slightly. I absolutely love this part nearest me, not so much that. So I'm actually going to tilt it very carefully, just to tilt a little bit of that off. And what that will do is help to stretch out the cells nearest me. There's some amazing gold here. So if I can stretch that out, and the blue and the purple, I think I'll be very, very happy with this. There. Wow, love that one. Love it. Love them all so different. I honestly don't know which one I prefer. So 3 identical colour schemes, but 3 totally different techniques. So flip cup, straight pour, ring pour. Let me show you, which did I do first? I did the straight pour first. So let me show you this. Absolutely love these colours. I think my only regret is that I put the white in, because the white itself hasn't featured. There's not a white panel, white section, except for the cells. There's some white cells popping up. Oh my goodness, look at that cell. Can I focus it? It's a stripy cell. Wow, that's so pretty. So yeah, there's just some white cells popping through. I could torch it. I had thought about torching it, but if I do that, I'm going to get more of them, and I don't really want more of them. I think if they look really odd once it's dried, I might paint over them, just add a little bit of colour. I might well do that, or I just leave it as it is. I'm not sure yet, but the fingerlings, the details, wow, absolutely gorgeous. Love these colours. So that's the straight pour. So the ring pour, love that neat centre. So it is definitely a shame that the centre's going to have the clock, the hands in. But just look at the rings. The colours are lovely together, so pretty. Again, you've got the white pox, the white spots. So I might paint over them, might leave them as they are. I'll see how it dries. And I don't know if you can see that everything is so sparkly, so shimmery. And then last but not least, my flip cup. I actually think the flip cup might be my favourite. It's almost like scales. It's like, I don't know, some sort of animal, crocodile skin or some of the lizard skin, something like that. So pretty. One odd white cell there. Again, I think the white, although you've got a band of white actually. This one is different. You've got the band of white, so the white is more obvious. But again, so much shimmer. So really happy. So I'll be back when they're dry. So they're all now dry. They are all so different. So the same colours, but three really different pieces. I guess the straight pour and the ring pour are most similar, but if you look up close, they are so different. So let me show you the dry result up close. So pretty. Can you see I've coloured in these white spots? Do you remember there was here, these were white, and in here and in here, and what I've done is just dotted a bit of the dark purple because the white just didn't, it was too bright, it just stood out. There's a few little white specks there, but I've dotted them with dark purple because I just felt that they stood out too much. Love that centre, just love these colours. So that's the straight pour. So the ring pour, the same. I've just very lightly added a bit of purple so you can still see the white through, but it just softens the white. It's just not quite as stark. That Venetian rose in the middle absolutely makes this for me. Love that colour. Really no gold in this one. So interesting compared to the straight pour, loads of gold, whereas the ring pour, no gold. And then I do think this is my favourite. I love cells. And with this one, let me show you the iridescence. Look at the shine from that gold. So pretty. Yeah, and I love the way you've got that big white wave of cells. So you've got, although it's a flip cup, you've really got some pattern and some dynamic to it. So they're dry, but they're not cured. So they will take about 3 weeks to cure. Then I will make them into clocks. So I will probably do a separate video showing the process of how I'm actually going to transform these into clocks. I will resin them, I'll drill holes in them, resin them, or the other way around actually, resin them, then drill holes in the centre, and then add the clock hands and mechanism. So please let me know what you think of these. Any thoughts, any comments, do write them down for me so I can see. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.